catch a tiger by its toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother told me to pick the very best one, and you are it. You could breathe, you could blink, you could cry. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that. Taking it like a champ!
What are you doing?
Oh, hi, honey.
What's going on?
Just throwing pumpkins away. Sorry.
Why are you dressed like an idiot? Take that jacket off. It's 80 degrees outside. You live in the desert.
Yeah, this is a t-shirt. I'm sweating my bag off. Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to They Said, We Said. This is our weekly spoiler review on The Walking Dead Season 7. This is going over Episode 2, and that's entitled Well. So, today, like I teased last week on the channel update video, I am going to have very special guests. So, I have an extremely special guest today. I am very, very excited to announce. This is my best friend, Tyler. I haven't seen him in a while. We've known each other since we were in diapers, or 9th grade.
Basically.
Kind of the same
It's
thing.
kind of the same thing, yeah.
So, thank you for joining me.
Of course, thanks for having me. How's it going, everybody?
All right. So, we're drinking some brew, talking some dead. So thanks for coming. So, he basically, poor guy, was a little unprepared for this. He gave me a quick text while I was making dinner, and he said, would you ask me?
What do you think about Ezekiel?
Oh, right. And I said, okay. And so I just called him and said, get your ass down here. Let's do a dead review. Okay, so this is, so tell me a little bit about your experience, how much of a fan you are with this franchise.
Well, huge fan. Been watching since season 2. Well, I binge watched the first 2 seasons and then watched from season 3 on.
My first episode of The Walking Dead, which is kind of embarrassing to say, but my first episode was season 6, the dumpster episode. So everyone, with Glenn. So everyone made, spoiler warning, of course, but everyone made a shit ton of deal about the whole dumpster episode. So I'm like, you know why I didn't watch this show.
Right. That's why I was kind of shocked.
I have a huge phobia of zombies. Resident Evil 2 kind of destroyed my life. I lost a lot. I don't know why. I lost a lot of sleep over zombies and stuff. So I wasn't going to watch the show. I was opting out of the show. So then I decided to pick it up, and then I binge watched it. Didn't put it down until the new season, and now I'm addicted just like everyone else. I'm Walker bitten.
Yeah,
as they say. So the well. So why don't you start us out?
Oh well. The episode was I liked it. I heard some people say it was a little too slow, but
okay.
It's not uncommon for the beginning of the season to have to work its way, especially where we just left off from.
Right,
we need a little bit of a break.
I totally agree with that. Over things in the episode that we did like, and then things that we didn't like, and then kind of our overall views. So the episode starts off with members of the kingdom. Right. And they've rescued Carol, and Morgan's there with them, and they're bringing her over to kind of patch her up.
Right after she got shot.
By was it a savior?
I think it was the savior.
Savior guy, and then Morgan kind of broke his oath.
Right. Killed
wasting
the living person. Yeah.
I was kind of foggy on the beginning with it. Like suddenly they're going to the kingdom, mm-hmm. and then it shows like Carol starting to have flashes and stuff. Did they get ambushed or something?
Yeah, well, it seemed there was some walkers, so they were carrying her while she was on some sort of makeshift gurney, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was if I remember right, there was a bunch of walkers that came, and then she kind of falls off and she's on the ground, and she wanders off into this house, and then but every time she would see a walker, she would envision like a living person.
Right, yeah. So, and it seemed like some kind of, we'll go back to the house later because it seemed weirdly significant. I got some questions about the house in general. But, yeah, so Carol, went on her kind of finding herself. She doesn't want to kill anymore, right?
Right.
And then, so now she's starting to have these weird hallucinations about Walker being people.
Right.
Which they are people, but
They were.
Yeah. So, and we got long spears.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
It took seven seasons.
Finally.
Thank you, the kingdom, with your paintball armor.
Yeah, I guess that is what it looks like, isn't it? I was trying to think of what kind of armor that looked like, but yeah.
But horses and paintball armor and this is the faction. Well, because I'm a total nerd, but this is
it's true. He is.
Yeah, this is the faction I would join up with. I think.
I would say yeah. I mean, we don't know that much about them yet, but my impression is it seems legit. But we all thought that about the governors.
Yeah. They all seem nice. Like Hilltop seems like a little quaint place. But it seems really like rife for taking over, and that's why I guess they're so susceptible to the saviors. Yeah, Alexandria's always in shit. But yeah, it seems like like you said, on first glance, seems like the kingdom is the place to be.
Absolutely.
So then Carol, wakes up and she's already pissed because she doesn't want to be anywhere.
Right.
And then that's when we get introduced to
King Ezekiel
and Shiva.
Yes, a tiger,
freaking tiger. Seven seasons for a long
spear, and a freaking tiger.
But we got the tiger.
And I mean, come on,
yeah,
it's a pet tiger.
Right?
Who doesn't want a pet tiger?
Very fitting that we get to meet the king in it looks like a junior high theater.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is awesome.
Especially for the theater geek.
Yeah, I smell my own. Okay, so King Ezekiel's played by Kari Payton. I know he's a voice actor. I know he, strangely, he does the voice of Ironhide on Transformer cartoons and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of voiceover work, a lot of cartoons, stuff like that.
And that's cool. I mean, he seems really animated, no pun intended. But I've seen King Ezekiel portrayed on the page, and he didn't seem as larger than life as he does in the show. He seems totally over the top in the show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like he said, that's what the people want. The people want somebody larger than life. They want somebody to follow like that.
So then they go a pig farming. So first off, this whole episode set in the kingdom. I know a lot of people were kind of pissed about that, just because. Yes, like you said, after last episode, we had to come down from that craziness.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And now this is centralized all with this group, which I actually liked, because like you said, it was a fresh breath of fresh air.
Right.
But also, what's up with Carol and Morgan?
I mean, the whole episode, I'm trying to find out what's wrong with this place. Is this another, what's it, Woodbury?
Right.
Yeah, is it another Woodbury with the governor?
Yep.
What is wrong? And then we start watching them feed pigs to feeding the walkers to the pigs.
Which is
you're
awesome.
kind of like, okay, what is going on here? But when you see what they're doing, it's
right.
I mean, I do the same thing.
Which is, it's totally awesome, because it's almost like, I don't know if it's a trial by error, or maybe, the next episode, or see if that comes into play, see if people are getting sick from this food that they're bringing in. Right. Which would be awesome, because they seem, to me, and just first glances, it seems like the kingdom is a bit less nefarious than Woodbury. This guy just seems like he's having the time of his life.
Absolutely. And when there's kids you see sitting in like a classroom type environment out and look like under a gazebo or something.
I just always have a bad feeling. Maybe because I have a million kids, it's like you feel like, oh, those aren't going to be here for very much longer.
Right.
They're always the first to eat it, or get eaten.
Unless you're Carl.
Unless you're Coral.
You're just a big Coral. You're a BA.
Right. Yeah, so King Ezekiel seems very interested in giving fruit.
Yes. And pomegranates.
And pomegranates.
And I like how the end of the episode when he shows up with Shiva and the pomegranate. You have got to try him. He's
he's got a thing.
Yeah. But I think that it represents almost like a peaceful, healthy, healthful life. And I think that's kind of what I took from it. It represents like a healthful life, that they're living a healthful life in this crazy, dying, apocalyptic world where there's not a lot of healthful living anywhere.
Right. There's not a lot of living.
Yeah, exactly. And then you see this plentiful bowl of just all kinds of different, strawberries and all kinds of different stuff. So.
And let me just bring up, his number 2 is awesome.
Oh, yes.
He's like Mr. Quips.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the guy's name is, but he was Hilarious.
I forget. He's like, I'll be right here if you need me.
And he had a cool weapon. Like, he was just like...
And he's so jolly.
Yeah.
But, he would kick the shit.
Right, yeah.
Can I cuss on this thing?
You're allowed one F word, I think.
Okay.
Morgan kind of takes another kid under his wing. I apologize. Should have been more prepared with the names.
Yeah.
But
it's not my fault. I was going home.
Pooh brain.
But yeah, and he seemed like at first I was kind of when he couldn't kill that walker, he came out and like stabbed him in the shoulder. I was like, oh man, this kid's a freaking wuss.
Noob.
But it seems like he might end up being kind of hardcore with that. Stab.
And then his little brother, I guess, which is probably going to be Walker fodder, I'm sure, because he's a kid in this show. Unless you're Coral.
That's true.
So Carol still leaves. Or, well, at least she still attempts to leave until King Ezekiel kind of talks to her.
Yeah. Well, she still ended up leaving, but...
Yeah.
At this point, she hadn't left yet, and...
She's leaving, and then I kind of got a little nervous for Carol at this point.
Absolutely.
A little creepy.
Well, yeah, I'm like, okay, now we're going to see who this guy really is. We're going to see who Ezekiel really is. But, he actually just sits down and talks to her, and that part of the episode is actually one of my favorite parts, where he just sits down and he's just real with her.
Right.
And, he's just like, hey, this isn't me. This is kind of weird, but I do it, I do it. And, even the part where he's like, I do it for them. And he's like, a little bit for me, too.
Right.
It just shows that he is normal, that he is just genuine, down-to-earth kind of guy.
Yeah.
And just sits there and just opens up to her, and that was just, I thought that was awesome. That really showed us who Ezekiel is.
I 100% agree with you. This was by far my favorite part of the episode. My favorite line of the episode, maybe one of my favorite lines in The Walking Dead at all. She just said, "Why the hell do you care?" And he said, "Because it makes me feel good."
Yeah,
that was just awesome.
Absolutely.
I thought, and then at the end, it kind of circles back, like you said, that she goes back to that when she was running from the walkers, and they were getting ambushed.
Yeah,
she saw that old lady, in that weird vision she was having, and so. For whatever, she picks that house.
Right.
So she just kind of does the Carol thing, just dispatches it real quick, buries the walker out of respect, which is different, and then knock.
Yeah. And that's Ezekiel.
Well, before that, and then Morgan and her have a nice little back and forth. So it seems like she's not technically in the kingdom right now, but she's still close enough.
Yeah, she's like... almost like a little branch off of the kingdom now, because it appears that it can't be too far away from where the kingdom's at. So, and obviously close enough that Ezekiel and Shiva can take a walk.
Right? Yeah, you can stroll your tiger to the nearby. Let's. It sounds like we really enjoyed this episode as a whole.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about things that we didn't like about the episode, if any. So, any things that come to mind?
Oh, that I didn't like. I don't know. That's gonna take some thought for me.
Okay.
I guess I'm a glass half full kind of
or
guy.
A beer half full. Beer a little less than half full. I'll start maybe because I put you on the spot. Like when the whole savior scene, I think it would have been a little more impactful if we saw one person that we recognize. If we saw Dwight or the other guy, I can't think of his name. He's the right hand man.
Yeah,
Troy, Trevor, something.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. But I think one of those people. Not necessarily Negan in the episode, because I think this is just a standard supply run. It's kind of small potatoes for him.
Yeah, but maybe at least like you said, at least a higher ranking officer type.
Yeah,
you have. In the kingdom, you have, their leader, the top dog, and he's, there for the exchange.
Right.
It kind of would have been nice, like you said, to see, whether it was the right-hand man guy or Dwight or somebody, that is a, maybe a higher-ranking officer.
Yeah, I think it would have just brought a little bit more weight to it. Maybe they're doing it on purpose the other way, where it's like, we have so many people that, we're just going to send Joe Blow for this little pickup. I really don't know. I don't tend to think that's true, but maybe. And then maybe something else. Maybe just Carol's conviction to want to leave. It's starting to grate on me a little bit.
It's nothing new though.
Yeah.
Carol's been getting wishy-washy for a while, and I think she's just I think she's just tired. I mean,
Sure.
I mean, let's look at the evolution of Carol.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at her from season 1, where she was just this timid, beaten
Yeah.
down, woman who let her husband, push her around
Yeah.
and smack her around. And
Right.
now, I mean, if there was a guy trying to smack her around, she'd kill him in his sleep.
Oh man, like, and not even
know?
a problem. Deal with it later. But it's just like everyone's just like, let me help you, let me help, and she's just like so adamant about going alone and living in a house. It's like, what?
Yeah. I don't get it either, but I think she's just growing cold and she's just growing tired. She's tired of the people. She's tired of the killing. She's tired of the zombies.
Sure.
She's tired of surviving.
Yeah.
But she's just become such a strong person and a strong survivor that she can't help but continue to survive.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's fair. So, any? Do you think anything you didn't like specifically?
No, I can't say I did. I mean, I guess I would have to agree with you on the exchange of the pigs.
Mm-hmm.
The fight scene at the end, I didn't like that Ezekiel. I didn't like that Ezekiel wouldn't let his guy fight back.
Oh man, yeah.
Because I mean, that's not who we are. We don't go out and start fights, but hey, if someone freaking punches you in the mouth, you punch him back.
Yeah, I thought that was a little overboard. He just made him stand there and take shots.
Yeah,
which was a little weird.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, that's how, I guess, powerful the saviors are, or that's how much fear they give everyone. And it seems like anything that's messing with the facade of King Ezekiel, he just wants to wipe it under the rug. Fast in the episode before we rate this thing.
No final thoughts. Just the fact. Just this is the calm before the storm.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have some peaceful moments. We're gonna have some backstory. I imagine we'll have some more backstory on the kingdom and the saviors, or at least individual characters, because those characters have to evolve just like the rest of the characters have.
Absolutely.
And in order to really completely evolve, we have to have backstory. It may take a while to get there, just like with Michonne, how long it took until her backstory started to come into play, until we really started to get to know Michonne and she started to evolve into who she is now. But I think we might see a little bit of that, and then shit's gonna get real.
That was so insightful. I'm so proud of you. So let's rate this thing. So we're gonna do a 1 to 5, and you could use decimals. We'll say how many juicy pomegranates offered would you rate this thing?
All right. Well, you said ladies first.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Hey,
go ahead.
You're my guest. Go ahead.
Oh, so you said a 1 through 5.
1 out of 5. Decimals are okay.
I would say a solid 4.2.
Damn. And I will push you, because that is exactly what I was going to rate. No bullshit.
Nice.
This is. Nice. I told you. We know each other for a while.
Basically brothers.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, 4.2 juicy pomegranates offered.
Juicy pomegranates. Yes.
So again, sorry that this video is a little late, guys. Having some technical issues, but it is out. I hope you enjoyed the little movie at the beginning. And I want to, again, thank you to my very special guest, Tyler, for joining me on this.
I don't know how special, but,
Oh, you special. Hopefully we'll get him on again. Maybe a regular thing. We're still in contract negotiations.
It's true. He doesn't want to pay me.
I'm not sure. I don't make a lot. So again, like, comment, subscribe, do everything, and thanks. We'll see you next time.